Hey, Terry. What's up? Good morning.
All right, great to see everyone this morning. So, was mentioning a little bit, we're going to work on some shoulders and back today. So we're gonna keep working that lower body too. Got to keep that going, right, for those front splits, that flexion with the hips. But also want to start working, start moving the back along too, so we can eventually get into some little back bends, right? Some different type of back moves. So anyway, let's just take that first couple of stretches down and around and around. Nice job. I'm going to go the other direction and around. Again. And one more time. Good job. Open it up wide. Right, so you should feel it kind of through here, through your tricep, maybe your buys a little bit as you stretch and release. And again, stretch it out and release. Again, and release. We'll go up tall, stretch it up, and release. Up again, and release. And one more. And release. Nice job. Roll those shoulders back a little bit. Whew. All right, so I'm going to work our leg. Let's get our legs done first. So we're going to get into that back and shoulder. So again, you can put your hands on a chair or kitchen counter. I'm using some blocks right there, or you can use nothing, right? You can put them right there. And let's walk out the back a little bit. Excuse me, walk out the back of the legs. Got back on my mind. It's back of the leg. So walk it out. If you're grabbing some equipment for a class this morning, if you don't have blocks, you can use a thick book. Right, while you're stretching out, grab some books for our back work. I've also got a strap, but you can also use a towel, belt, whatever you've got. Right, so any of those things. Keep stretching out the back of that leg. So we've gotten to a certain point on the back of the leg, right? We're going to keep working it as the year goes by and add in some flexion in the back and shoulder. And 5 more right here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Bend the knee and come on up. All right, we'll go into our first set of lunges. If you are new to lunges, you're going to grab that chair, right? Chair or kitchen counter. The seat of the chair, like so. As you go into that lunge, we're going to start out with a long one. All right, and this is just our daily training, right? Our daily training to work on that hip flexion. So grab onto that counter, chair, or come on down to the mat, right? So nice and long right there. And we'll push it out for 20, 19, 18, and 15, 14, 13, and 12, 11, 10 more, and 9, 8, 5 more, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to go ahead and change legs. All right, change sides. Other leg comes up. There we go. And stretch it out right there. Same thing, push down. And 20, 19, 18, and 15, 14, 13, and 12, 11, 10 more, and 9, 8, 7, 6, and 5 more, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Before you come up, just take a look at your positioning right there. I want to make sure that knee is not pushing forward, all right? So that puts a lot on the kneecap. We're putting it back into the heel back there, right? All right, set it down and sit it back. We'll go into child's pose. Whew. I'm going to add to that child's pose today. First, we're going to take that stretch for 10, 9, either sit back or feel free to move. 6 more, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to take an elevated child's pose. So one leg is going to come off the mat. All right, so you can raise on the diagonal one leg and one arm off the mat. If that doesn't work for you, just feel free to stay in child's pose. Take that stretch back. Anyone that wants to lift, we're going to lift up for 5 on this side. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and change sides. Lift on that other side. Try to stay low. Just elevate it off the mat for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Come on into that second lunge. All right, we'll go back up to that first leg. We're going to drop the knee this time. So again, getting that hip flexion, extending the hips. You can drop it an inch, right? Or you can drop it down to the mat. So those of you that have been doing this a while, let's take that back leg, wiggle it back. All right, so you've got a little bit longer lunge. All right, make sure that knee's not over that toe. It should be straight up and down, okay? Here we go. And 20, up. 19, and 18, 17, 16, and 15, 14, 13, and 12, 11 more, 10, 9 more, and 8 more, 7, 6, and 5 more, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're back up. Let's change sides. All right, back into that plank and change sides. Wiggle that back leg back. Those of you that have done this for a while, right? Otherwise, a little shorter, up to you. Here we go. 20 and up, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. Great quad stretch, right? 14, 13, and 12, 11, 10 more, 9 more, and 8, 7, 6 more, 5 more, and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down. Come on back into that child's pose. You can make it fluid if you want to move back and forth or hold it still for 10, 9, 8 more, 7, and 6, 5 more, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's elevate it again. All right, on the diagonal, one arm up, one leg up if you can lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down. We'll go on that other side on the diagonal and up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down to the mat. Nice. Come on up into dog. All right, you're going to roll those toes. Get that nice foot flexion. Come on up. Right, so booty is up in the air. Let's walk that dog from here. Stretching out the calf, 20, 19, 18, 15 and 14, 13, 12 more, 11, 10, 5 more, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Drop it down. Whew. All right, so one of the best moves for core, right, is always a plank. Planking, let's elevate that plank. So I'm going to come up right there, right into that beast pose. So knees are slightly above the mat. If that doesn't work for you, lift one side. All right, so going to lift one knee off the mat or both. We've got to hold for 10, 9, 8 more, 7, 6, and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set it down and set it back. Should feel that through your abs, right? And back. Take that 10, 9, 8, 7, 6 more, and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Again, all right? Again, if you lifted one leg, try lifting that other leg this time. All right? Anyone that wants to lift both, come on up for 10, 9, 8 more, and 7, 6, 5 more, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set it down. You're back again. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6 more, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on up. Let's go into straddle. All right, get our straddle done for today. Again, a little bit of training every day. Feel free. All right, beginners, put your hands on that chair or that counter, wherever you're at. Anyone else, we're right down here. Going to spread those knees apart and rock it back for 20, 19, 18. Here's 15. 10 more. You should feel that pull through that inner hamstring. 8. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Slide it together a little bit. We'll go over the top. All right. And 10, 9, 8 more. 7, 6, and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. All right, we're going to move on to the back a little bit. All right, so a couple ways you can do that. If you have, I know you have some books at home, right? So if you have books, you can use that. I have a block. So if the books bother your back, put a towel over them, right? So it's not, if you have a sharp edge. So if you're using a hardcover book, just put a towel right across the top, like so. Right, like this, then it won't bother your back. If you have blocks, right, or if you have any yoga circles, feel free to use those too. I would try it with a low stack. Higher stack is going to be harder, right? So if you want to start with one low one right there, right back here, and you're going to come back and see if those shoulders can get to the mat, right? So just a little bit of a stretch right there with that yoga block or some thick books. Right, and again, if you experience any pain, please stop immediately and get out of it. Right, so it should feel like a stretch and not any pain. Right, just a nice stretch. So if that works for you, we're going to move up to a second block in a second, or maybe you're ready to go up to a third. I don't know what your flexion is. So shoulders should be comfortable on the mat, and you've just got that nice back stretch. So I'm going to try to hang out here for just a few seconds, right?
Is it middle back? Is that where you want it?
I'm in the middle back, but we are going to eventually move it to different places, right? So we're going to eventually move it around, but right now I'm in that middle back. So you should feel a gentle stretch, but not any pain, right? So people, any of you that have back injuries, you're separate, right? You're different. You may not want to do this. Or, you know, whatever your physical therapist, whatever your PT says to do. But anyone else, if you just have the normal aches and pains from aging, right, it should be okay. I'm going to roll myself off this block, and the way to get out of it, you can come up into a bridge, right? You come up into a bridge and move it back out, or you can roll to the side. So I'm going to try a second block. If that first block was good for you, or that first book, right? So if you want to try a second one, feel free. I'm just going to stack it on top and work right there. So if you want to try that, or if you want to stay with that first one, let's do it a little bit longer. All right. We'll work up to more time as we do it. So I'm going to work it back. Right there. So shoulders should be coming down to the mat as you get that back stretch. So these are all prep moves for a back bend, or just to get your back more flexible. If you never see yourself doing a back bend, who knows, right? But we always want some back flexibility. So just working that a little bit right there. Talking about back bends, right? So we're going to start working shoulders here in a second too. So if you want to put those palms down, and again, fingers are going to be in the direction of your toes, right? They're not going to be the outer direction. Fingers towards your toes, and then that palm goes down. If you want to try both sides, right? See if that works right there. If you can't get it down, that's okay. Maybe your palm's elevated, right? Maybe it's flat, or maybe you're having trouble even right here. That's okay. It's a tight shoulder, and we're going to work on it. Just going to hold for about another minute right here. Not too much for our first time. And if you're experiencing any pain, you need to roll on out of it. All right. So otherwise, just a stretch. When you're ready, you can come up into bridge. All right, so you're going to push up from your heel up into bridge and move those blocks, either one or two, whatever you got there, and come on down. All right, so let's get our back flat into the mat. Just take a little break right there. Let it come flat. Good. All right, come on up when you're ready. We'll just come up to a seated position. All right, and grab either a strap or a towel. If you don't have anything, you can do it with nothing, right? But if you have a towel or strap, strap can be a belt, right? You've probably got some belt in your closet you're not wearing, right? So the way we're going to work on shoulders, if you have a belt, if not, you're going to use a towel, right? A long towel like so. We're going to bring it back, right? Bring it up here and pull it back. We're going to eventually try to come back and see if you can get it around, right? I'm having to bend my elbows a little bit to do it, but come back, just widen out until you can come around, right? If you need to bend your elbows, if you're tight and you're not ready to do that, you're going to come right up here, might be a little easier with a towel, right up here and just come straight up, right? So you can work straight up right here, straight, just grab that towel, both shoulders come up, straight up. If you have that strap, you want to try to go around a little bit, bring it around into the back. How wide? Well, the goal, good question, how wide? The goal would be to get it closer and closer and closer. So just like you're doing a split where you're extending, in this case, maybe you start out here and come back, right? And then eventually you get closer and closer and closer as those shoulders open up, right? So just take it around a little bit. Again, if you don't have a strap handy, I know we're adding to your equipment at home, that towel, right? That's not quite wide enough for me to go back around. So in that case, I'm going to come straight up here. So again, as we start doing some hand balancing, we get into more different kinds of things, we'll need that shoulder flexion, right? So no one does a handstand with stiff shoulders, right? That's a recipe for injury. So those people that do it and get hurt right away. So definitely have to work on those shoulders. Again, you can come straight up if you're not comfortable coming backwards, right, with that rotation. Just come straight up. I know it is. And I didn't realize I was going to have to go so wide to get it around.
I know.
But yeah. So again, that goal, we would be shortening that strap as those shoulders open up. So some people, can go straight back. And with one arm, you might be able to, right? But both arms at the same time, not so much. Just around. Do a couple of these. And then a couple straight up, if you want. Four more, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so if you feel like you have a long way to go, don't get disheartened. Remember our first lunges, right? Our first lunges were like way up here, so that's how we started some lunges. So now a lot of us are way down low on the mat. It just takes time, right? So as far as the upper body flexion as well as the lower, right? Let's do some hip, all right? Give the shoulders and back a little break, put these to the side. So we'll do a little bit of hip, right? That hip movement forward. Basically, see if you can tap that knee to the mat. If that doesn't work for you, right? You're just going to come halfway, right? Halfway. Otherwise, see if you can actually come on down, turn, and turn, right? Down to the mat, and down to the mat. Down to the mat. 4 more, 2 on each side. 4 and 3. Again, feel free to come halfway. 2 and 1. Nice. Great job. Shake it out. Woo. All right, so let's cross. All right, we're going to hinge forward. I'm going to show us a new move two, right? We're going to start right here with that cross leg. So cross on each side. Let's just hinge forward. All right, so you should feel that stretch through the back. 8 more on this side. 7, 6, 5 more, and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's cross the other direction. All right, and 10, 9, 8 more, and 7, 6 more, and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job, and release. All right, so we have done a lot of ab work with the legs out. So another way to do them would be with a cross leg. So we've come from here, right? Let's try one leg cross. Let's try one leg cross. So if you can come up into that tuck position with one cross leg, right? We're going to try two in a second. So try that one cross leg right there up into that tuck position with one cross leg. As with all the tucks, right? Anyone that wants to do it from the back, you're going to do it from right here, right? That tuck position with that one cross leg, you're on the back right here. Anyone else going to come up from here with that one cross leg. And back, how about one more on this side? There we go. Let's try that other side. If you're on your back, that one cross leg is right here, and just take that tuck right there. Right, anyone from here, we've got that little tuck. About 3 more on this side. 3, and back, and 2, and back, and 1, and back. Woo! So, of course, that tougher one is going to be with that both crossed leg, with those legs both crossed. All right, so right here, here's your tuck position. Legs are crossed, right? If you're on the back. Anyone on the mat, we're going to try to come up with those legs crossed and back and up, that cross, 2 more and cross, and 1 more and cross. Yes? Little different feel. More advanced, we're not there yet. But that would be the legs would be on the mat and your upper body would raise. I can't do it without my elbows, no, right? But legs on the mat and just that upper body comes up. So, woo! All right, just to show you what we can do. All right, let's cross to the front again. All right, we're gonna, part of this again is hip. Let's work on opening up the hips. Push that outer knee down towards the mat. Push it down, we'll hold for 10 each side, all right? You want to pulse it, you can, or just hold, either one, press. 5 more right here. Good job. Change sides, all right? Little different hip position. Again, press them into the mat. Five more, press it down. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Let's take one out. All right, so one's tucked in a like pigeon position, and let's come over the side. Anyone that wants to work the shoulder a little bit more, you can take that shoulder over. You can also turn towards the leg. If you'd rather not do that and just work on the leg, you can come from right here. But if you want to work over and add that stretch through that upper shoulder, that shoulder right here below the armpit and the oblique, feel free right there. And 10 more on this side. 9, 8, 7, 6 more, and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's come straight up. All right, we're going to lift straight up, lift that upper body, and stretch up for 10, 9, 8, 7, and 6. 5 more. 2, and release. Good job. Other side. Tuck one leg like a pigeon, right? Other leg out. And again, if your back's already done from the work we did on the mat, just stay right here, right? And just stretch that leg. Anyone that wants to come over, here we go. 10, 9, 8 more, 6, and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. We're going to come straight up, right? Lift it up, and 10, 9, 8 more, 7, 6, 5 more, 4, 3, 2, and release. Nice job. While we've got our straps out today, let's go on our back and do the back of the leg. All right, so mentioned we've seen a lot of progression on splits, people going lower. In this case, when you see progression photos for people over years, their legs come straighter this way until it's eventually towards your chest, right? So right now, maybe your leg doesn't even straighten out, right? Maybe it's in a bend position. But as time goes by, we're going to try to straighten it out and bring it towards that chest. And I've seen a lot of progressions. This is someone in, 2010, 2012, as it gets lower and lower. So they're doing this every day, though. So we're trying to do a little bit of training every day. So if you want to grab that strap, that towel, or just your hand, right? Shoulders on the mat, and we're going to pull it in, right? So working towards that chest. More difficult is with that leg straight. If you want to bend it, just to get a little bit deeper, up to you, right? Pull it in. We've got 10 right here, 9, 8 more, and 7, 6, 5 more, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Release. Go into that other foot, right? Again, if you don't have your strap, you can put your hand right there on your shin. All right, pull it in. 10, 9, 8 more, 7, 6, and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and release. Woo. All right, back to that first leg. You ready? Again, pull it in. 10, 9, 8 more, 7, 6, 5 more, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Feel that hamstring pull. Other side. So if you want to take a progression photo, see where we're at in a year, right, on these. See how much closer you are towards your body. It's always fun to see that. Here we go. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6 more, and 5, 4, 3, 2, and when get a good bicep workout too, right? Doing that. Let it go. Release. Shake it out a little bit. If you want to tap it. Woo. Quick glute bridge. All right. Since we did that back work, just come up a little bit. See how you feel. Everyone good? Nice. And release. One last thing we're going to do before we finish up today is let's come in for that upside down pigeon. Again, this will help deepen our squats, right? You're going to pull that quad in towards the chest. The quad's there. We just got to get the rest of the leg, right? Quads towards the chest. Separate your hips right there. You've got one leg in a deep, deep squat, right? One is in that deep squat. 5 more right here. Nice, and release. On that other side, leg out. This one in. You can also pull it underneath. Either way, just get into that deep squat. And 5 more right here. Whew. All right. If you want to try both, shake it out a little bit, tap it. So if you want to pull them both in, we're in a deep squat, right? We're just upside down. So if you want to pull it in, pull both those quads in towards the chest for our last 10 right here. Five more. 2 and 1. Good job. Release. Woo, rock it on up. All right, great job this morning. So we got some different stuff done. We're going to start working some things in. So great job. We've got upper body coming up, right? So I'm going to grab my sneakers, grab those heavy weights, right? We've got a lot of bis and tris today. So I'll see you in just a minute. Great job. All right. Woo. So goes by quick doing all that different stuff, right?